Hey, what's going on, you scheming Scrafty? Today, I'm showing off some decks from my most recent DooD stream. The DooD streams are where I take the YouTube members and Twitch subs decks, I play with them, and then we see which deck can get the highest win streak. And one of these decks actually went pretty far this week. It wasn't this first one. This one comes to us from Crunchy Saltine. It is a Froslass Monkey Dory Glaceon deck. So it's kind of like a lower maintenance Grimmsnarl, to be honest. There's a 3/3 Froslass in here alongside 3 Monkey Dory. Of course, many decks are Froslass Monkey Dory decks, but this one's a little bit different because the main attacker in the deck is Glaceon. Usually DooD or Grimmsnarl fills that role for these Froslass Monkey Dory decks, but this time we got Glaceon EX in here. It is a stage 1 Pokemon, but of course we have some EVs in here with the boosted evolution, so we can evolve from EV into Glaceon in a single turn as long as we get the EV into the active and have the Glaceon to go with it. There's also a 70 HP EV in here with the Colorful Friends attack as well. But the Glaceon's Frost Bullet attack does 110 damage for a Water and a Colossus, and then 30 damage to one of our opponent's bench Pokemon. And the second attack for a Grass, Water, and a Dark, we knock out one of our opponent's Pokemon that has exactly 6 damage counters on it. So similar to Mega Absol's Terminal Period, but we're not a 3-prize Pokemon. And we can knock out bench Pokemon, whereas Terminal Period only affects the active Pokemon, but very similar as far as that goes. Now, the energy cost, a little bit tricky though. Grass, Water, Dark can be a little bit tough to get through. There's also a Leafeon in here with its Verdant Storm attack. We can use the Moss Agate attack as well, but of course we only have that one Sparkling Crystal in here to fulfill the fire energy cost on the Leafeon EX, but really good up against stuff like Charizard, obviously. Although I don't know if we'd really need it against Charizard though, to be honest. Maybe it's better against something like Absol instead. Yeah, it's probably better against something like Absol. 3 Monkey Doors, like I mentioned. We have Ursaluna in here to close out games, and then we got Fez for draw power, and then we have a Maractus, of course. Retreat locking is really, really good with Froslass and Monkey Dory, so you have one of those in here as that option as well. For the supported lineup, 4 Arven, 4 Lily's Determination, 2 Crispin, so we can get some extra energy in play for Monkey Dories and attacking with the Glaceon, 2 Iono, 1 Boss's Orders, 4 Buddy Poffin, 2 Ultra Ball, 1 Nest Ball, and 2 Artisan as the Pokemon search cards, alongside 1 Terra Orb to more aggressively find our Glaceon without having to expend a ton of resources through an Ultra Ball, 2 Counter Catchers for some more Gust, and then for the recovery, 2 Night Stretcher and a Super Rod in here. And then to set up and get going, you got the Team Evolution Arven combo in this deck. So you have Team Evolution to get up your Froslass or your Glaceons into play. And we are a spread deck, and we can play pretty heavily as a spread deck. So there is a TM Devolution in here as well. So we can either be more aggressive, just take knockouts turn after turn after turn. Also, something pretty cool about this deck is you can turn 1 Frost Bullet. Now you have to open the EV or have the Air Balloon in hand to then go Arven for the Sparkling Crystal plus the Terra Orb to get the Glaceon EX, but it is possible. You can do it. You can turn an attack with the Glaceon. And then for the energy count, 4 Dark, 2 Water, 2 Grass. Nothing crazy there, but that's it. That's the Glaceon deck. Up next, we've got TJ reversed with the Bronzong. This is actually a deck I definitely want to put some more time in the future. This deck was actually pretty sick. I hadn't tried out the Bronzong yet up to this point. It's got a Tool Drop attack for 3 colorless energy, does 40 damage for each tool card attached to all of our Pokemon. There's a 4/3 Bronzong line in here, and we can of course attack through the Ignition energy, and there's also 4 Reversal energy in here as well. But of course with the Reversal energy, and that's where things get a little bit tricky for the Bronzong, is we have to be behind on prize cards. So if we're even on prize cards or ahead, we can only rely on Ignition energy, and we only have 4 of those. So it can be a little bit tricky to close out games aggressively with this deck. Now, if we have 6 Pokemon in play and they each have a tool card, we're only doing 240 damage. Even if we have a Brave Bangle on the active Bronzong, we're only doing 270 damage. And that's where the Revavroom EX comes into play, 2/2 Revavroom EX. And we only really need to ever set up one of these, because we can put Rigid Bands on it, which reduces the damage it takes by 30, and it already has 280 HP, and its tune-up ability allows it to have 4 Pokemon tool cards attached. So usually we're looking to attach 3 Rigid Band, giving it effectively 370 HP and an Air Balloon to make sure it can be mobile and doesn't get trapped in the active. And that's what fuels our Bronzong's attacks, is the Revavroom here. There's a Bidoof for some early game stuff to slow the game down. There's our Genesect EX in here. This is our main way to find our Bronzong and our Revavroom EX. So we have a pretty heavy basic search item count, 4 Buddy Poffin and 3 Nest Ball, because Nest Ball can find the Genesect, then that finds our evolutions. There is still 1 Ultra Ball in this build as well, because it's heavy on the Arvens. 4 Arven in here finds us our tool cards and an item card for turn. And because we can play so heavily through Buddy Poffin and Nest Ball, Buddy Poffin finds our basics, of course. Nest Ball finds us our Genesect, which finds us our evolutions. We don't need to like play a research every turn or Liz Determination. Arven can do quite a bit for us. And then of course, like I said, it gets that tool card, which fuels our attack. Speaking of fueling our attack, though, we got the Treasure Tracker Ace spec in here. Search your deck for up to 5 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them, and put them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So as long as we have the Reverend EX ready to go, we'll have plenty of places to put the tools from the Treasure Tracker that we can find with our Arvins. Only other draw supporter in here, well, I mean, Arvin's not a draw supporter, but it effectively acts as that, it feels like, in this deck for us. 3 Lilies, 2 Boss, and then 2 Chorus. 3 Pokegear to help us find those as well, especially finding those Arvins in the early game. Though we do play a pretty hefty count of tools, of course. 4 Air Balloon, 4 Rigiban, 2 Brave Vangle, and then 2 Lucky Helmet. So we do have some, like, pseudo draw power through all of our tool search, which comes in the form of the town stores and the Arvins, like I mentioned. So we can find those, or use those to find Lucky Helmet, then put Lucky Helmet on the Bronzong or Badoo in the early game to then get some draw power when our opponent decides to be aggressive and start attacking into us. That's it. That's a lot. Oh, no, that's not it. That's the second deck. The third deck, and this one actually got 5 wins in a row, and they were some grindy games, is the MAMOSWINE EX build coming in from Groovy Mango. Now, one thing they did admit that they forgot was rare candy, so there's no rare candy in this deck. MAMOSWINE EX, though, is a card that I've been a big fan of for quite a while. It's a ton of fun to play. It's got a really powerful ability as well. It's got 340 HP. It's got the Mammoth Hauler ability. Once in your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand. And then Rumbling March for 2 fighting energy, does 180 damage plus 40 more damage for each stage 2 Pokemon on your bench. So we play a decent amount of stage 2 Pokemon. We have the Mamoswines, of course. We have Pidgeot EX in here. If there is only one Pidgeotto, I mentioned there's no rare candy. And then we have ways to cheat stage 2 Pokemon into play in the form of the Luxray with its Swelling Flash ability. If we're behind on prize cards, we can directly put this card from our hand onto our bench. Now, we don't play a way to attack with the card in this build, but that's still pretty powerful to be able to do. Another card that you could play in here, was it the Clink Clang? There it is. Not this one, not that one, this one. You could also play this Clink Clang in here as well. It's got the emergency rotation. Once you turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand and your opponent has any stage 2 Pokemon in play, you may put this Pokemon onto your bench. So this would be another way to cheat stage 2 Pokemon into play to fuel the MAMOSWINE EX's ability, or attack, excuse me. This build only plays Luxray. One of the biggest problems with MAMOSWINE has always been it takes 2 fighting energy to attack, and there's not any great forms of fighting energy acceleration in the current format, except for stage 2 Pokemon. And this build specifically, it's doing the energy acceleration through the Vileplume with its full blooming energy ability, which is once in your turn, when you evolve this from your hand to one of your Pokemon in play, you can look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You can attach as many basic energies you find to your Pokemon in any way you like. And of course, the Gloom has basically the same ability, but it only looks at the top 3 cards of the deck. And we do play Force of Vitality and Secret Box to be able to pull that full combo together to be our form of energy acceleration. Of course, there's other stuff like Blaziken you could play, but this build is trying to do it a little bit differently with the Vileplume. So 2/2/2 Vileplume, got the 4/3/2/1 Mamoswine in here. There's one Water Mamoswine with the Wreck Attack for specifically the Cornerstone matchup, but it's also just a 1 prize attacker, which can just kind of be nice to have a 1 prize attacker in your decks. Whenever, like I said, we can't attack with the Luxray, even though we can put it into play, because it does cost Lightning Double Colorless, and we only play Ignition Energy in here. But Mamoswine can attack even when you're behind, or when you're even or ahead on prize cards, whereas you wouldn't be able to do that with Reversal Energy. You can do that with Ignition Energy, and the Wreck Attack here from Mamoswine, that does 120 plus 120 more damage, then you discard a Stadium. Or if there's a Stadium in play, you do 120 plus 120, then you discard the Stadium. For the setup here, 3 Arvin, 2 TM Evo. We've got some Lilies to back that up as well for the Gust Effects, 2 Boss, and the Counter Catcher. Iono for a little bit of disruption. Can't go wrong with a Turo, and a Course of Tenacity in here as well. For the Pokemon search, the 4-Body Poffin, of course. Only 2 Ultra Ball, but we're playing heavily through the TM Evo. And then once we get that first Mamoswine online, the Mammoth Hauler does a lot of our Pokemon searching from there. For recovery, 1 Super Rod, 1 Night Stretcher, Fighting Gong in here as well as a way to find energy from the deck through the Arvins, which can be nice. And then another buff that Mamoswine got recently is the Premium Power Pro, which allows our fighting Pokemon to do 30 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a way for Mamoswine to hit harder without having to get a stage 2 Pokemon into play, which can be really, really nice, especially once we're ahead on the prize exchange, and we can't just put Luxrays into play out of our hand, kind of cheat them into play that way. The Premium Power Pro can kind of make up for the lack of stage 2s we might have in play. And that's another reason the Vileplume is kind of nice as well, because it's just like, with the Force of Vitality, it's just a way to aggressively get a stage 2 Pokemon into play. Switch for a little bit more mobility, 6 fighting energy, and then the 1 ignition energy, of course. With that said, let's jump into some action, and I'll show these decks off and show y'all how to run them. Oh, wait, we got turn 1. Frost Bullet. Hold up, hold up. Turn 1 Frost Bullet. Let's go. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Broken. The stream, you have to be a YouTube member or a Twitch sub. If you're either of those things, you can do it. You can submit it in the Discord. Dude, let's cook them. Let's cook them. Let's cook them. Okay. Artisan. I have an Artisan in hand, but I don't want to give them access to Artisan here. We have 4 Lily, 4 Arvin. We prize an Arvin, 2 Crispin, 1 Boss, 2 Iono. I have an Iono in hand. 3/3 Froslass, 2 Monkey Dory. So I prize a Monkey Dory. Prize a Leafeon. Prize Team Devo. Not sure what else I prize. Gotta be some kind of Pokemon, right? Oh yeah, Froslass is pretty good. It should be a double Froslass game, yeah. There's gotta be some Pokemon prized here. Maractus is here. Ursaluna's prized. Something else. Okay. Wait, that's not even that, like... Nah, that's not gonna happen too often. Because, like, getting to the active is, like, the hard part, right? Yeah. It's not too likely that we pull off a turn 1 Frost Bullet. What's this do again? Okay. Not very good right now. Not very good right now. Schmilda. The rest of our board is a little slow, I guess, but I feel like I can't ignore that aggressive start there. Wait, when you're placed, you get placed based on the results of your game. I got 1550 placement. Into Arceus? No, everyone enters Arceus at 1500. Second attack. It knocks out any Pokemon with 6 damage counters on it. So not very good. Terminal period at home. But it can do it anywhere. It is quite a bit worse than terminal period. The energy cost is kind of absurd. I still kind of don't want to give them Artisan, actually, now that I hit that. Maybe I just don't put the Artisan in play. I was about to do it, but then I was like, wait a second, it doesn't give me that much value here to do it. Artisan? Exactly, yeah. Reach. I wish it would auto do that in these situations. Just want to hold off the bump Battle Cage, right? Oh, true. I didn't even think about Battle Cage. Yeah, good call. That definitely is very important. It's very important to try and have a bump for Battle Cage. Bolardin. Shout out Bolardin. What the fuck is that? What? Little bitch. Appreciate the 6 months there. Rob got the drop. We can get no extra prize cards this game, buddy. Oh shoot, we might. No. We have Crispin. We're free. We're free. We're chilling. We're free and chilling. Okay, I'm not gonna KO the Togepi here though. I am gonna KO the Abra with the energy. This rat. Yeah. I'm just gonna burn this. It's like pretty low value at this point. And I like don't need to stress Ultra Ball fodder right now either, I don't think. Is Togekiss that bad in Sam? No, it's like fine. I don't know if it's like correct or incorrect, to be honest, personally. I don't really have that strong of a preference on the card, but seems bad to lose the bench space though when you need to like draw up a lot against like Charizard and Dragapult, but you could just like not bench it in those matchups, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like you probably don't ever bench Togepi against Dragapult. It's like only for... You wouldn't use it against Dragapult. You could use it against Charizard. I guess it wouldn't be terrible. You definitely don't use it against Dragapult. Charizard would be fine because you can just like 2-hit them. I have to think about more of its matchups, to be honest, but it's, yeah, it's not terrible. It's like fine. And against Stangoff, they don't bench Shoe Prizers. Oh, true. That situation can get pretty iffy, actually, if you don't have a tech for it. It's a good point. I should have a win streak of 2. Oh, did it not update? Wait, should it be at 2 or should it be 1? No, it should be 2, right? We only won 1 so far? This is game 2. Oh, what the heck? Dude, I gotta stop listening to chat. They're always lying. I could burn this. I'm just gonna Iono. Oh wait, my hand is oh no, but they have no attackers. What the heck? They're cooked. Sorry, I fixed it. Want to take game with Togepi? Did you have one on Togepi? You could have won that game. Now I'm gonna lose. Oh no! I threw, chat. I threw. I could have KO'd the active and KO'd the Togepi if I just monkey doored the 2 damage over to the Togepi, and now they could win. Why did it just like flare there? Did it did give me the thing, right? The tick? I will be KOing the Togepi though. Oh true, we could have hit him with the... Nah. Just gotta win fast. Oh shit, I could get poison dogged. Alright, we're safe. I mean, it looks like... Okay, I was gonna say it looks like Grimmsnarl. It is Grimmsnarl. I can actually TM Devo to KO my Bronzong off the bench, which would be kind of annoying, to be honest. And I lose all my tool cards. It's gonna be interesting. Is Grim back? I mean, it never really went anywhere. It's just been very mid for a very long time. I probably should just Badoo them, right? Badoo it to him. I could bench this. With the itchy, I'm chilling. What they do on their first turn? Basically nothing, right? Your box, getting themselves set up for the next turn. Sure. Is a 1 year opinion is holding Grim back the most right now? I don't know. It's not something I think about. I don't really think about too much about what holds decks back. Either they're good or they're bad. Grim is kind of bad right now, but I don't try and like overanalyze it. A lot of things probably. There's like rare instances where I'll be like Mega Lucario is bad because Guardi's good. Grim, I don't know, just didn't seem great. Loses too many things. Too many matchups are too close. Deck feels bad. Win rate mid. Deck kind of cringe. What the fuck? Did they just like release termination to everything? Why didn't they? Did they attach the Team Evo to the Tatsu? Other decks are just better. Analysis complete. Could just play Colch's Tenacity for turn. I don't necessarily need to play the Pokegear to find something. How's this deck even supposed to find the evolutions? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, Genesect DX. I was like, wait, hold on. A Lily would be nice. All right. I just want the mobility axis. Please. Punch my Badoo. I need this. You anything fun last night? Nope. Just went to bed. Watched the first half of the Stranger Things finale. What's more fraudulent, fish or Pokegear? The fish for sure. The fish for sure. Because you'll use it like 10 times in a game and it'll just get nothing. Pokegear whiffing is like, alright, it's unfortunate, but it's whatever. I honestly maybe should have just like played the Colress there anyways and just save the Pokegear for the following turn and wait until I thinned out more cards out of my deck, to be honest. So that may be just a misplay on my part. Maybe just a mistake on my end. Kind of unfortunate if they have boss. Yeah, I probably should have waited on the gear, to be honest. Now things might be pretty tough. We'll see. Okay, that's something. But it's not enough right now. Like, KO them. Oh, wait, I can get the... I can get Treasure Tracker. I don't have anywhere to put all the tools, though. One, two, 3, 4. I just gotta be Nest for Fez, right? All right, let's see what happens. Or I want to make, because they could like snipe. I don't want them to snipe this one off the bench. So maybe I do have to evolve the active one here and then attach a reversal active. And then go like, oh no, but now I can't put the lucky helmet in play. Fuck. Right, lucky helmet there. How much am I hitting for? 200? I don't really want to bench that, just in case I like bring out Fez and punch it. Oh wait, when was this an option? Could I have triple drawed? Why not Nest for Genesect? Because it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't get me the... It doesn't get me to the potential KO on the active this turn. So I don't want to reach for. Pushes the 4 months there. And Brop. It just gets me a bunch of Bronzongs. And... River Room EX, but... When's rotation happening? April. Beginning of April. Okay, maybe we're safe here. Maybe we're safe. If they're just punching my active here, I'm feeling okay, actually, to be honest. Especially because if they don't find, like, Monkey Dory Energy, then I get the Tatsugiri KO as well. I get to draw more with Fez. We're kind of chilling. We're kind of cooking. I mean, I want to evolve this one, and I have an energy 4, so I think I'm going to put this one attached to this one here. I guess they have no damage built up on their side of the field, though, right? I didn't really think about that. Okay. Bench. Patch. Sticker dash. Lily and pray we don't whiff. Oh, we got the nuts. The big guy. Oh shoot, I only have 2 Bronzong. Oh no. Am I gonna run out of attackers? Plays 4-3 and 1 Sacred Ash. Maybe I couldn't play that Sacred Ash there, actually. Possible I overextended that. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Is rotation always that impactful on the meta to cause that big of a shift as this one's supposed to be? No. There's varying degrees of impact from rotation. Some more impactful than others. Not all are as impactful as... Also, another thing is that we don't even know how impactful this one's going to be because it literally hasn't happened. Like, obviously, Guardian and Golden Go rotate, but we don't know how much different the game is going to feel after those rotate. Actually, lose Charizard as well. But if Dragon Ball just becomes the BDIF, like, is it really going to feel like that much changed? Probably not, right? So you don't really ever know until it actually happens. Like, we know we lose those cards, but if Dragon Ball is just a BDIF, like, are we going to really feel like that much is that different? Probably not. It probably won't feel that different, will it? Will it? All goods farmed by Lucario, so I need to put something in for that. I guess like another thing that I would say for me personally is like I also just don't even know how to think about previous I also just don't know how I would even like think about previous rotations either. I don't remember how previous rotations went because they've already like, yeah, once it's over and done with, it's gone. I just don't remember it anymore. I couldn't even tell you how impactful I think previous rotations were in comparison, really, personally. You don't have all the cards? Yeah, but it's mostly based around like what we're losing. I guess I would say like, without actually knowing what other rotations were like, because I literally just can't remember them. I would say that this... Actually, I actually don't even know if that's true. I just don't remember. I don't remember at all. I guess last rotation we lost Lugia, right? Broken Lugia left? No. What was last rotation? Last rotation we lost Refinement, Curlia, and Mew. And Lost Zone. We lost Lugia for good and Regidrago. See, I don't even remember. We still and Lost Zone stuff. We also lost Lost Zone stuff. It will have an impact for sure. I personally could not tell you how much of an impact. But some impact. For sure. Okay, we can definitely get the dub here. I need to get the Bronzong off the prize cards, though. If I don't get the Bronzong off the prize cards, we're actually kind of in trouble, maybe. Oh, I can just do this first. Oh, I should have played the Nest Ball before the Buddy Poffin, actually. I messed that up. What am I even looking for here? I honestly could not tell you what I'm looking for here. Do I need the treasure tracker to KO them? How many can I put on this? Another one. Another one. Nope. They better be dead. I don't know if they're dead. They better be dead, though. Oh, we're tied? All right. They better die. They're dead. I need to get the Bronzong, though. Come on! Okay, we're chilling. I try getting back to the Pokemon like in the late Sun and Moon, early Sword and Shield blocks, and good God, that format sucked. Cynthia being the best draw supporter is criminal. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, the problem with that format was a lack of hand disruption. We had Marnie. Marnie wasn't... Well, Marnie... It's just toxic. It's just a toxic card. I don't know. It's a bad format. Bad formats. The game has been a lot better since Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet has brought around... yeah, the game's been good since Scarlet and Violet, I feel like. Has it been... Well, no. Since Regidrago... No. Since... Honestly, the game started getting really good when Badoo came out. And Regidrago got nerfed because of that. That's when the game started to get really good. Once Regidrago got nerfed, to be honest. But Badoo has definitely had its problems. Where things could have been... And then, yeah, then Dusknoir came out. And then Badoo plus Dusknoir was pretty stupid, so... But it was such a healthier card before Dusknoir came out. That's what made things, unfortunately, toxic. Okay, we got this first dub. I think. Nice. Let's wrap it up quickly here. Just, wait, how much are we? Yeah, okay. Close it out. I just had to go second. Dude, they're going to open Badoo. Oh my fucking God. Give me a break. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Arvin might not be dead next turn. Okay, I can... This is tough. think it's got to be these two. I think it's got to be these two. Yep. I just got to get a Pidgey. I got to build it up to the Pidgeot. All right, one big Mamo prized. 3-3. Prize a little baby. Hello, swine. Swine. Second Pidgeot's in the deck. I could have discarded the Pidgeot out of hand instead of the Stadium. That might have been a mistake on my part, to be honest. Maybe I should have done that. I should have maybe just made that call and be like, well, I hope the second one's... Well, no, I want to be able to manually evolve out of hand, though. So, no, it was correct the way I did it, actually. Yeah, never mind. I did it correctly. I don't make mistakes. I just don't realize the truth immediately. Okay. How does this not play Candy again? I don't know. There's definitely a 2-1-2 Pidgeot line in here with no Candy. I don't know. I don't know how we don't have Candy in here. Not gonna lie. Kind of feels a little bit illegal, but whatever. Hold on. You just gotta believe, chat. You just gotta believe. I don't think we have enough cards in hand for the secret box, to be honest. So I don't think we can go for that. Just need to hit one energy here. Alright, it's fine. Got him next turn. We got him next turn. No Candy, so we don't get shut down by item lock for sure. True, true. We have more other cards that are not not specifically definitely items. But if we replace them for items, then and okay, chillin'. Start drooling on him, maybe. Do I even want a TM Evo here, actually? I'm just gonna Lily here and draw some more options. Well, I'll put the team move on the active, and if I get the energy, sure, great. If not, it's fine. I don't know if I want to use my ignition though. I gotta be careful. We don't have that much mobility in this deck. I don't want to use my ignition here, I don't think. I'm going to save that. We'll get him next turn. I guess I could have... I could have like switched and attacked with Pidgeot, I guess. Okay, that is a little bit annoying. We'll be fine though, we'll be fine. Oh, I had Colress. I don't need to play my Colress here, though. I can wait. Also, Mammoth. I think I could get, like... If they just have enough gusts in a row, I might just get stuck. Like no memes. I feel like we could definitely just get stuck here. We'll see. My opponent might still be dead drawing. Okay, there's another gust. They did bring up my Oddish with 1 retreat cost though, which is a... I mean... I'm down with that. I'm down with that, you know? And I got a haul. I don't want to evolve this one yet. I'm just going to wait. If they gust up one over the other, then I'd want to evolve the one they gust up to try and trap. Okay, we got the energy that was prized. That's good. I think we'll be okay. I think we have enough stuff left that we won't get stuck. Yeah, they got themselves a Dracloak. That's pretty cute. Okay, hold up. They're not done yet. Hold up. They might be cooking, actually. Chill. Oh, no. Things were looking good for a little while, but now... Okay, well, I don't know about the Halucha, but... Okay, wait, what the fuck? Why is there Halucha on their bench? How does that make any sense ever? Right? Am I trolling? No, that makes no sense. Okay. Run up the Oddish again. We have the retreat for that. I'll probably counter their jamming tower as well now because they put the first stadium in play. I think I go for boss on Dracloak here as well. Excuse me. All. I am running low on... Oh my gosh. How many gust effects do they have left? They're on 2 counter catcher and a boss. Maybe I should have just KO'd the Badoo here to try and get out of item lock. But they'd probably be able to pretty easily get back into item lock, to be honest. I didn't get my... What did I get off my prize card there? I don't even pay... Oh, it was a swine nub? Nub? I would have been KO Fez so they can't come out with Pult and go unpunished. But then I'd have to be hoping that I have like enough... Oh, I see what you're saying. KO the Fez, just draw 2, and then if they come out with the Pult, yeah, maybe. I could see it. I could see it. Kolsch is pretty low value after this turn. Oh, I don't have my second stadium. Wait, I just carded one early, didn't I? Shoot. That's fine though. If I evolve to Gloom, Gloom still dies. I kind of want to evolve to the Gloom. Which is like a dead card. I feel like I should just take like the worst card and add it to my hand. Honestly, I do kind of just want it to die though. Like if they're gonna, I don't want the Gloom anymore in my deck. I don't think. And I guess if it makes him commit more damage here, that's probably better as well. We have Turo left, but nothing else for mobility, right? No, I have the Ignition. I have Ignition plus Turo. So my last two. We should have just enough to not get stuck. And we got the boss, which is a big deal, yeah, because now we can just boss Fez. We have so much garbage in our hand. There's just so much trash in our hand. What is the win-loss for today? I have no clue. We're about to win one. We're about to win a game here. We got that going for us. Rare situation where Zerosic helps us. I don't know about rare. Honestly, Zerosic is maybe sometimes more help than it is disruption, to be honest. Or maybe about equally as often helpful as disruptive. The card is like not that good. Any deck get 2 wins today? One deck got 2 wins today. Everything else has been 0 or 1. We've been getting absolutely cooked. Honestly, a lot of it is due to Dragapult. We've been losing to a lot of Dragapult. It was 2 decks? Okay, maybe 2 decks have gotten 2 wins. They didn't even want to see it.